Happy Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, it's a 3-day weekend, so I am just chilling out and I'm on my way to the mall because I need to return something and I wanted to pick up a couple of things as well and see what kind of sales they have going on, because I emptied out like half my, well, not half, but I emptied out a lot of things out of my closet that just needed to be tossed and I needed to refresh. So yeah, so I decided to just have a little girl chat while I'm on my way to the mall and probably take you guys around. I doubt that's gonna happen because I don't know how people do this whole vlogging thing where they have the camera everywhere they go, and you know, every activity they're documenting it on camera, and I just can't live my life like that from behind a lens or in front of a lens. I just don't live my life like that. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I probably you won't go with me. I'll try, I'll attempt it, but I doubt it will happen. But I just wanted to have some girl chat, and I didn't have anything specific to talk about. Like, I have a bunch of stuff that I want to talk about, and just nothing that would require its own video or nothing that I wanted to put in its own video. So anyway, have you guys ever dated outside your race? So had a biracial or interracial, I'm biracial, had an interracial relationship. So whether you're black dating white, or dating black dating Asian dating Indian, any kind of thing like that, what has your experience been? Because I've dated outside my race. I've dated Hispanic, and I've dated white Italian. So yeah, what has your experience been? I mean, because let's see, let me tell you the one thing I hate, the biggest thing I hate about interracial dating and stuff. The biggest thing, and it's specifically for black women, I hate when another race says to me, oh, I've never dated a black girl. And they say it like that's supposed to entice me to date them or something, but it translates as, oh, I have this jungle fever kind of feeling and I want to experience my bucket list item, or I want to experience this fantasy that I have, or you know what I mean? Like, they just want to dip in the chocolate. Like, and I've had that said to me, like they never had chocolate, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, they just want to sample this exotic fruit, but they don't truly want to date you per se, or marry you, or have anything serious. They just want to sample this forbidden fruit, and I'm like, what the hell? And it's not just that they say, hey, I've never dated a black girl, wink wink, but they say it in such a way that it's, I don't know, like, it makes me feel very weirded out, and it's very awkward, and it's a huge turnoff. Like, there was this one guy, and I knew him and his girlfriend, white guy dating a white girl, you know, run-of-the-mill, regular relationship. They lived together, and they potentially were gonna get married. And he would talk to me about, you know, different things, and I'm a very fun-loving person. I joke around, and this is when I was single too, so I used to talk about, you know, anything. I'm very openly, I wouldn't say I'm sexual, but my conversations tend to go towards sex topics. Not that I'm being like openly vulgar or promiscuous. I'm just having these conversations because they're funny, and we joke about things. It wasn't anything serious, like it wasn't any deep conversations. They were just funny, like you'd make a joke or something, right? So he was on the, well, he knows I'm Jamaican, so he was under the impression that I was spicy, or a little bit more experimental, or a little bit more fun in bed, I suppose. So he came to me with his self talking about how he's never been with a black girl, winky wink. Like, so what, I'm supposed to fulfill that little fetish for you? I'm supposed to fulfill that fantasy? I'm supposed to be your black girl experience? Like, the fuck out of here, dude. Like, really? What? You know what I mean? And mind you, he's living with this girl. They've been together for about 2.5, 3 years. I've met the girl. We've hung out with the girl. in a group like setting, and he's coming at me like, yo, what's up? I'm like, dude, aren't you with Miss Thing? And he's like, well, you know, excuse me, ooh, I'm choking, child. He's rethinking that because he doesn't know how that's gonna go. She's boring in bed. Like, he's telling me she's boring in bed, like I'm supposed to pity him or feel sorry for him and then let him sample all this goodness. Like, we are talk to, listen, go on by your business. What you know about me? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to get me to feel sorry for him and his vanilla experience that he's having. That's how he stated it. It's a vanilla experience. She's very blasé. I'm like, some people like vanilla. Well, he wants some chocolate. He was using the different references, and I'm like, this junker wants to come at me to fulfill this fetish or this he wants an experience that his girlfriend that he's potentially going to marry, which they're getting married, by the way, and he wants that experience with me. Like, he was coming hardcore at me like, yo, give me a chance, give me a try, give me like a trial. Like, the hell? And you know me, I'm very, I'll push the subject. Like, I'll be like, yeah, so but I don't want to just be a lay, you know, what's going on. He's like, oh, you know, well, I can't leave her now and I can't break up with her now, but let's see what happens. Like, if it works out between me and you, then, you know, you never know. I would have to get out of the relationship and so on and so forth. So I was supposed to be the side piece and I was supposed to audition for the main chick position. What kind of blood? Yeah, hello, not my mother, one daughter. You welcome tell me about oh you want to come sample and experience it, you know, before you decide. Imagine I'm like auditioning for this role. Like, you got me all the way fucked up. I am not the one. Jaja say and Jaja know I am not the one. So I was like, dude, really? And this girl, like, she was there, like, she's oblivious to this. She has no idea that he's having these thoughts and conversations about cheating on her and leaving her potentially. So I'm like, you just dirty for no reason. And guys just say all kinds of things to get where they want to get. Hello.
Hi, can I take your order?
Hi, can I just get what is it? A value Coke with extra ice, please?
Value Coke with extra ice?
Yep.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, please have the second one down.
Thank you. Yeah, I just made my order. Don't you judge me. I'm getting my Coke on my shopping trip. But this dude, this is how he came at me, and I'm like, you better go on by your business, because I'm not able, and you just made yourself out to be the biggest asshole ever, right? And why would you think I'd be interested in such a thing? Thank you. And this is what I don't like about. I don't like. Thank you. Oh, thanks, you too. See how awkward the whole filming thing is? She's like, bitch, are you recording me? No, she didn't say that. She's very nice, actually. I've come to this drive-thru a lot, and she's always been nice. And remember, they don't know who you are coming up the drive-thru, but she has never ever been nasty. Like, she's never had an attitude. She's always been really nice. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about this dude and his like a saltish ways, like, for real. And, you know, after I was like, listen, I think you and your girlfriend are doing great, and I think you have a great future together. I am not the one to fulfill this little fantasy that you have going on in your head, that you want to sample the chocolate before you decide whether or not you want to be in the vanilla world. So don't come at me with your foolishness. Because he was like, oh, she just lays there and tell me all this stuff, and I'm like, if she only knew what kind of filthy creature she's dating, I mean, really. So then another time, a guy that I actually dated, he was what an awful person he is. And he's a New York City cop now, so imagine the racism is real for him. But he was like, he's never dated a black girl. All right, but he showed me pictures of his ex-girlfriend, and she was Hispanic. I think, what was she? Was she Dominican or Puerto Rican? I think she was Dominican, but she was dark-skinned Dominican. She was darker than me. And I was like, wait, you have never dated a black, but because to me, if you're dark, I know you're Hispanic, but if you're really dark, to me, that's the equivalent of black. And I know there's like a whole thing and people are offended by that, but you're dark-skinned, you're pretty much looked at as black. Not necessarily just by me, but by American society. If they can't differentiate what you are, you're black. And like, I am automatically black. Even though I'm biracial, I am just looked at as black. So that's neither here nor there. We're not getting into the racial battles. I'm just saying, I said to him, I'm like, but she's darker than me. What? But, huh? Like, I was confused by that. So we dated or whatever, but the racism started to show later on when he went through the police academy and he started working, and he would say the N-word a lot, and I'm like, and a lot of people think they can say the N-word because, like, if you are their friend, they think they get a pass. Like, they think they get a black card pass and they can use the N-word because they're cool with you and they're not offending you because they have friends that are black. And I'm like, what? Don't use that shit around me, and you don't need to be using that at all because that shit is racist as hell. And he would start making really nasty comments about black people and how him and his colleagues are just hunting black people. And I'm like, yo, this need for go on. Him need for go on about him business. Hey guys, so I'm back, and I didn't take you shopping with me because I just can't get with the vlogging thing in public with people, and so I just can't. But yeah, all in all, I dated a major racist asshole, and his family is just full of racists as well. And it was an eye-opening experience because I come from a country where we have a multitude of races, and there is classism, but it's not so much racism, even though they're kind of intertwined. But it wasn't this intense hatred for someone's race, and I grew up just accepting all people, and you're just people. And I come to this country and I am just bombarded with this deep-seated hatred for someone simply because they're from another race, and these stereotypes and these biases and these prejudices because someone's from a different race. So it was an eye-opening experience, and I really hope that these people can change, but I doubt it, and I lose faith in a lot of people because of things like that, you know what I mean? But anyway, let me know what your interracial relationship situations have been. I guess I satisfied his curiosity and his fantasy, since he did end up dating a chocolate girl. So shame on you, but if I ever continue that, it would be shame on me. So glad I got out of that, and you know, that whole experience. But what have you guys encountered? I feel like interracial relationships here in the US, they're troublesome, they're difficult, and a lot of things come with them. Not only do you have to deal with each other's families, but then you have to deal with society as a whole. You have to deal with society as a whole, and then your kids, if you have children, then your children have to deal with those biases as well. So it's just so tricky. It's very tricky, and then the cultures have to mix and mingle. Yeah, it's a tricky situation here in the States. But yeah, let me know what you guys have been through, what you guys have experienced, how you feel about it. I'm personally not one of those women or black women that have a problem with my black men dating white women, because I feel like black men that are dating white women are dating them for whatever reason they have, and that is someone I probably don't want to date because they are attracted to or they want to pursue a white woman, and that's not me. And I'm not the type. It's, to me, it's the same thing as a guy that likes a thick woman trying to date me. Like, that's not my that's not me. That's not my ball field, so I'm not gonna try to play ball on that field. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like I'm missing out. I don't feel like white women are stealing our men, and I don't feel that way because I feel that people are entitled to date who they want to date, be attracted to who they want to be attracted to, and I'm not offended by it. Like when people say real women like thick, like real men like a woman with meat on her bones, then you can keep those real men because they're not for me. You know what I mean? I am not here to get offended by your foolish statements. Do what you want to do, say what you want to say. It doesn't bother me, but I do not go after men that aren't into me. So if there's a guy that prefers to date white women, then obviously he's not for me and he needs to carry on. Simply put. And if he wants thick women, go ahead. That's not for me, because I actually dated a guy for years, a long-term relationship. I was with him for 4 or 5 years, and he was attracted to thicker women. And I didn't know this until like a little bit later on, once we started hanging out, that he was into thick women. Like his exes, the people that he was interested in, all these people were thicker women, and I was not thick. I mean, I'm heavier now than I've ever been. I am about 20 pounds heavier than I was when I was with him. So imagine me being really tiny, really skinny. I was really skinny. And we dated, and we did end up, he fell for me and fell for me hard. And at the end of the day, I wasn't 100% comfortable because I felt like he was attracted to a different body type. Not that I was insecure with my own body type. I'm never insecure about myself. I just know that whoever I'm with needs to be attracted to this kind of body type. You know what I mean? I don't insist that someone loves me for however I look. Like I would never, like I got married to my husband who was into a thin, small frame. He's into small proportions, a petite girl. So I would never gain 50 pounds and then think, oh, he should love me for who I am. He should love me for who I am inside because I'm still the same person. Men are very visual creatures, and if he's not attracted to a thick chick or a fat chick, then I'm not gonna become a fat chick, a thick chick. You get what I'm saying? It's unfair because likewise, I'm attracted to a certain body type, and if he went ahead and gained 50 pounds with a gut and all that, no. I would still love him for who he is as a person, but I wouldn't be attracted to him, and I wouldn't want to engage in activities with him. Do you get what I mean? So I'd be a hypocrite if I thought that he should still want to be involved with me physically if I just all of a sudden went the far extreme. I am not a hypocrite like that, and I know a lot of people run around and say the politically correct thing and the thing that they think people want them to say and the nice thing and the thing that makes you a good person, but deep down inside, if we really thought about it and really accepted things as they are, you'd realize that, hey, sometimes the truth is not that nice, it's not that sweet, and it is what it is. But that's all that to say that I don't expect someone to just automatically, unconditionally love everything about me. You know what I mean? So go ahead, date your white women, date whoever you want. I don't care. Interracial relationships don't bother me, and I would be a supreme hypocrite if I had a problem with interracial relationships, because I'm a biracial child. I'm a product of an interracial marriage. So imagine me saying I'm against interracial relationships. I'd be the biggest hypocrite ever. But I do find that they're difficult. I do think some of them, you have to be careful who you mix with, because some people go into it with this, oh, I'm gonna date someone exotic, I'm gonna experience this as a fantasy and not truly for loving you for who you are. So all that, I'm chatting all kinds of foolishness, but I just wanted to talk, and you know, no one's talking back to me, so I can't really interact. But let me know in the comments what you guys think, what your relationships have been like, if you've experienced interracial relationships, if you've dated someone of a different race, and what were your experiences with that. I had an awful experience with a very racist guy. I've been around well, they aren't they aren't blatantly racist, but their comments and the way they approach me are racist, and I didn't like it at all. So yeah, and I dated another white guy that was really sweet, but my worst experiences ever, and I don't know why, but my worst experiences ever in the dating field would be with white men, which is horrible. But let me know what you guys think, what you've been through, your experience, and we'll talk about it. So, bye.